Good YouTube, Quinn Wade coming to y'all with that instant basketball analysis on Analysis Playground on YouTube, exclusively on there. And this is gonna be a little late, but y'all still gonna get it for the people that want to watch it. Philly 139 to 129, a 10-point win over the Grizzlies. Um, Philly wins the season series 2-0 because they only played Memphis twice. This was the second game. They don't see each other until next season. Um, Philly goes to 35 and 30 and 18 and 16 at home. Memphis go to 23 and 41 and 11 and 22 on the road. Memphis was leading a lot of this game, even in the fourth quarter, but they blew it. First quarter 32 to 32. Second quarter Memphis won it 39 to 36. They also won the third quarter 33 to 30, but they lost that fourth quarter, the most important one, 41 to 25. And that just can't happen, but it did in this one. Oliver Prosper, he was able to finish near the basket and splash in the three, and also get to the free throw line where he went to a three, finished 4 or 6 from the field for 11 points. He had 6 rebounds, 2 turnovers, 2 steals, and a block, 2 offensive boards, 2 personal fouls, and was a +8. And plus minus, a really good scoring game from him. Really good IQ, really good shot selection. Taylor Hendricks got the start. He played 25 minutes and was the only starter in the Memphis Grizzlies lineup to not score in double figures. He finished with 8. He went 3 of 8 from the field and 1 of 5 from 3. You kind of want him on the 3-point line if you're the defense. You got to prove that he can make that shot consistently, even if it's open. We'll see if he can continue to improve it and get consistent with that game to game. But he also made his only free throw. He had 5 boards, 2 assists, no turnovers, and a block. He had 2 offensive rebounds, 3 personal fouls, was a +2 and plus minus. Cedric Howard did a good job of defending and scoring the basketball, even though he didn't take a lot of shots in this one. He played 24 minutes, had 13 points because he went 4 of 8 from the field, 2 of 3 from the 3-point line, and 3 of 4 from the free throw line. And then he also had 16 boards, so a double-double for him. He was the only guy on the team to get a double-double. He also had 3 assists, 4 turnovers, 1 steal, and 1 block. 7 offensive rebounds, 2 personal fouls, and was a +2 and plus minus. He was in the right spots at the right time, put a lot of effort, put a lot of hustle in his step in this one. He also found ways to get open. He was able to knock down those type of shots. Jalen Wells, 22 minutes, he had 11 points. He went 4 of 11 from the field and 3 of 9 from 3. He had open looks. You can't be mad at him for taking them and getting them. He just didn't knock them down the way you needed him to throughout the entire game. And then he wasn't really making his twos either. He had 3 rebounds, no turnover, 1 offensive rebound, 3 personal fouls, was a +1 and plus minus. Ty Jerome was making tough shots, and he also was scoring near the basket with floaters and stuff like that. He finished with game high 26 points for the Memphis Grizzlies. He did all of that in 25 minutes, and he also went 4 of 10 from 3 and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. But 10 to 20 is really good. He took a good amount of shots, and he made half of them, so you have to be happy with that. Besides getting 8 assists, he did have 4 turnovers and 2 personal fouls. He had 2 rebounds and 2 offensive boards and was a +8 and plus minus. A good game from him, and that's all you can really ask him for. The bench really showed up. G.G. Jackson played 25 minutes. He had 15 points. He went 6 of 12 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3, and 2 of 3 from the free throw line. I really liked the way he played. I really like what he was trying to do in this game, and he also turned the ball over a lot. That was the worst part of his night, 6, which was the most in the game. So, he tried to make a lot of decisions. He tried to do a lot of different things. It worked enough to where he still had a good offensive game, scoring the basketball, but he also made a lot of, careless mistakes. He did have 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 offensive boards, 2 personal fouls, was a -26. And plus minus, Cam Spencer, 24 minutes. He ended up getting 12 points. He went 4 of 8 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3. He's going to try to drive it. He's going to try to hit the wide open threes if you give him room and space. He did that. He also went 2 of 2 from the free throw line, had 1 rebound, 3 assists, and a turnover, 2 personal fouls, and was a -18 and plus minus. Jemai played 27 minutes. He had 7 points. He was the only guy off the bench to not score in double figures in points because everybody else did. He went 2 of 4 from the field. He missed his only 3. He also went 3 of 5 from the free throw line. He could have made a couple more shots that would have helped, but he ended up not being able to do it. He did have one rebound, one assist, no turnovers. He also almost fouled out in this one, and he finished as a minus 18 and plus minus Javon Small. You know he wants the three, but he also showing that he can score near the basket. He went 5 of 11 from the field, 1 of 3 from the 3-point line, 1 of 1 from the free throw line. He did have 5 rebounds. He helped the offense with those 7 assists. You know, if he wasn't scoring, he was finding his teammates. You have to love that. He had 3 turnovers and a steal, 2 offensive rebounds. He almost fouled out. He had a minus 11 and plus minus and repair. He kept finding ways to get open. It was working for him, and he finished 6 of 9 from the field, whether that was from the paint or from 3, because he also went 2 or 3 from the 3-point line, and he had 14 points. He had 2 rebounds, 1 steal, and he almost fouled out. It was a +2 and plus minus. And then Philly, they did a good job of attacking the basket. They did a good job of spreading the floor. Dominic Barlow, 34 minutes. He had 11 points. He went 4 of 7 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, and 3 of 6 from the free throw line. He had 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 2 offensive boards. 1 personal foul, was a +4 and plus minus. So you just happy he got in double figures. You have to be happy with his shot selection and how he was trying to defend out there. Bona played 16 minutes. He had 4 points. He scored all of his shots by the basket and also missed 1. He finished 2 of 3 from the field. He had 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 3 personal fouls. It was a -8 and plus minus. Kelly Oubre Jr. was able to hit a 3, then he missed the rest, but after that he just started to attack the basket and try to score off the dribble as much as he could, and it kind of worked. 1 of 9 from 3, 10 of 24 from the field is what he finished with, and he also went 9 of 11 from the free throw line, and he grabbed 12 boards, and he had 3 offensive rebounds out of that 12. He also had 1 assist, 2 steals, and a block, and only 1 personal foul, and he had 3 turnovers. It was a -2 and plus minus. With all the guys missing, you knew you was going to need some nuclear performances, and Kelly Oubre gave you one of his best games of the season. Quentin Grimes, he kept attacking the basket. He took some threes, he took some mid-ranges, but he finished 6 of 16 from the field, 0 of 4 from 3, and he went 11 of 13 from the free throw line for 23 points. That's a real good night from him because of the free throw attempts. He also had 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, and 2 steals. 2 offensive rebounds, 3 personal fouls, and was a +11 and plus minus. And VJ Edgecombe was really doing a good job of hitting the mid-range and getting to the basket. Although he didn't really have the 3-ball going tonight, he did get 6 of 6 shooting from the free throw line, even though he finished 1 of 5 from 3 and 7 of 15 from the field, which is still good for 21 points. He also had 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 turnovers, and 3 steals. He had 4 offensive rebounds, but he almost fouled out, and then was a -7 and plus minus. And then Campaign, the hero of the night, you knew he can score, you knew he can play, but 3 after 3 after 3 kept falling throughout the entire game, even in clutch moments, even when it mattered. He was just launching those threes, and they were just dropping to the point where he didn't miss any. And then he also said, I can do more than just shoot threes. Let me get to the mid-range area. Let me get to the painted area or to the free throw line, because I was trying to do that, and it worked. And he went 9 of 10 from the field. Could have had a perfect night, but it wasn't meant to be. He also had 10 assists, giving the ball up early, speeding up the game a little bit, and that ended up working out for him. He also had 3 steals and 2 blocks, and he had no turnovers, so he had basically a near perfect night, and they basically needed him to have this night unless they just lose. But since he stepped up and did all these things for them, it was a good thing that he did, because they ended up winning because of that. He had 3 personal fouls and was a +22 and plus minus. Justin Edwards played 6 minutes. He got an assist and a steal and had 1 personal foul. He was a +6 and plus minus. That was into his night. Dalen Terry, 22 minutes. He had 5 points. He went 2 of 3 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3. He had 2 rebounds and 4 assists. He also had 2 personal fouls and was a +23 and plus minus. And then Jabari Walker, 9 minutes. He had 2 points. He went 1 of 3 from the field. He missed his only 3. He had 2 rebounds, no turnovers, and a steal. 1 offensive board, 2 personal fouls, and was a +5 and plus minus. And Trendon Watford did a good job finishing that around the basket and getting contact. He went 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 4 of 5 from the field. And then he had 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, and 2 blocks, and 4 personal fouls. It was a -4 and plus minus. A lot of guys stepped up and played above their head tonight, and that's what you have to do to win in the NBA. Sometimes you never know who's going to step up. You never know how they're going to step up, but you have to be ready. You have to be able to give it your all. And I feel like the Sixers players did that enough when controversy came, when they had to deal with adversity. They said we're ready. We can do this. Let's figure it out. Let's play our game. Let's do what we're good at. Let's stick to that. And it ended up being good for them too. I feel like Memphis got a little lost. They got a little confused out there. They missed some shots when it mattered, and they just couldn't keep it going throughout the entire fourth quarter. And that was a big turning point. Philly kept staying confident. They kept getting the shots that they liked, and Memphis did, but they just couldn't knock them down, and they just couldn't get stops. At the end of the day, when it mattered, Philly shot 52% from the field. The Grizzlies shot 49%. The, the Sixers shot 35% from three. The Grizzlies shot 40%. 83% from the free throw line for the Sixers, but they shot 46 total. You can't foul that much and expect to still be able to win, especially when they shot 15 more free throws than you, and they shot a better percentage because the Sixers fouled 25 times and the Grizzlies fouled 31. And they shot 21 free throws, the Grizzlies did, and they shot only 76%. 40 rebounds for the Sixers, 44 for the Grizzlies, 27 assists for the Sixers, 26 for the Grizzlies, 10 turnovers for the Sixers, 20 for the Grizzlies. 20 turnovers is way too much if you're trying to win a game. 13 steals for the Sixers, 5 for the Grizzlies, 5 blocks for the Sixers, 3 for the Grizzlies, 12 offensive rebounds for the Sixers, 19 for the Grizzlies, 28 defensive rebounds for the Sixers, 25 for the Grizzlies, and 31 personal fouls for the Grizzlies and 25 for the Sixers. Like I said before, the free throws and the field goal percentage and some threes here and there was enough for Philly to be able to pull away and win this one in those quarters. And it sucks if you're a Memphis fan because they was winning, they was playing well, and they waited to the last quarter to blow it and end up losing this one. So you can work hard, you can do what you can, but at the end of the day, you still have to do the complete job. And if you don't, somebody else will, and they'll reap the rewards and the benefits of you not doing what you're supposed to do the entire time. And it can be that way when you're in competition and you're competing against each other to see who's better. And tonight, the Sixers might not play better the whole entire game, but they played better when it mattered the most on both ends of the court, and that's why they got the win. Comment, like, subscribe, share. Hit that notification bell to get that analysis when it first come out. Y'all stay blessed up. Y'all stay good. Peace. And I'll see y'all later today with more analysis.